guy was quick. This was an easy one. This one took maybe, I don't know, maybe a week. And I drive around with this casket in my van. I have 3-car garages, the inside maze that we did this year. Make people walk through the yard. The people that you do your haunt for, the people who take the time and look at the stuff. The thing looks like Howard the Duck, if anybody knows who that is. Well, my haunt's Lake Terror Among Us Manor. So I guess it probably started with my sister. She decided one day she was going to make some tombstones. Built the walkthrough in the garage, and it was our first time doing it. And we think it turned out pretty great.
Question for you: how long, from Chris Wilhausen? How long do you spend on one prop generally?
Until it's done. I don't really know how to answer that.
How about this one here? Answer about this.
This guy was quick. This was an easy one. This was a skeleton that was already pre-made that I went and did liquid nails corpsing on, and I got that I think from Victor Ives had put a picture up on Haunter's Hangout, and I was like, wow, that's awesome. I've got to try that. So I grabbed some liquid nails. Went over this whole thing. I gave him a nose out of liquid nails and then chopped off half of it. It's on the left side there. But I think it came out great. I was able to sculpt that sore on the top of the head that you're looking at.
Okay, so that's awesome.
Yeah, the ears are liquid nails too, and there's some plastic. I think there's some plastic wrap on the rest of this thing. So on the body and whatever was plastic wrap coursing, but also with the liquid nails over it. And this one took maybe, I don't know, maybe a week, not even, a couple days, maybe, 3 days, something like that. That was a quick one. That's when I could actually finish props during my vlog. I could knock them out till I ran on that damn pumpkins and that stupid electrocution prop.
Robert Collins wants to know, how does the whole family feel about the Halloween obsession?
They're fine with it. I mean, it's my mom shares it, and I don't know how obsessed I would say that I am. I mean, it's a holiday I enjoy decorating in it, and it became a pretty big passion last year. I really wanted to put some effort and see what I could actually do if I applied myself, rather than a week before Halloween say, hey, let's make some shit. And then no, I decided let's see how good we can do, and it's all right. I mean, I think some of the pictures speak for themselves. They're not bad.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Where's the strangest place you have stored a prop?
When we were taking down the inside haunt this year, I got, I don't know, most of it down and most of it put in the basement. But it got cold and it rained, and it seems like it never stopped raining since then. So we have an actual casket that I had loaded into the back of my van, and it's in my van still, and I drive around with this casket in my van.
Awesome.
So yeah, that's probably the weirdest place, and I'm always wondering if I'm going to get pulled over by the cops. What's going to happen when they see this casket in the back of my van?
Definitely theft proof, because if they come up to look in the back of the van, let's see what's in there, and they're like, oh shit, this casket. No, that's not.
Yeah, so that's my weird storage place. I got to get that damn thing out of there. Oh my god.
Michael Skaggs wants to know approximately how many square feet is it, and how long does it take people to walk through?
That's really hard to estimate, because, well, I have 3-car garages, the inside maze that we did this year. So whatever that equates to in square feet, I have no clue. There's that, and then of course there's a walk around the house. The house is about 4,000 square feet, so whatever it is to walk around that plus the deck, it's kind of hard to put that into square feet, because it's just a walk. You walk around the house and that's it. We had a little.
How long?
I'd say probably 7 minutes or so, maybe on average. It all depends. I mean, sometimes you get the people that are the people that you do your haunt for, the people who take the time and look at the stuff. and and then you've got the other people who the little kids will run right through and say, "Can I go again? Can I go again?" It took them all of 60 seconds to run through the damn thing, And then you've got adults who just walk right by everything without looking. I tell you, one year, previously, I'll just tell real briefly, we would have in our yard, we would put divisions in the yard to make people walk through the yard, to make them go down and look at the props. Like we'd have something way across the yard, then something up by the house, down by the street, up. It's 3/4 of an acre, so you walk all the way around, and I swear people would just go cut right around the divisions and not even look at this stuff, just trying to get through. It's amazing. Sometimes we sit here and wonder, why do you people even bother coming if you're not going to look at this stuff? You just don't get it. And it's a running joke around here. We call it 30 seconds in the dark, because that's what it is. I mean, you spend all this time on these props, and these people look at this stuff, and 30 seconds is generous. I'll say it's more like 5 or 6 seconds looking at something in the dark. On average, I'd say maybe I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes. All depends upon the person. This is another one of the hell projects that I did last year. As far as putting me in hell, it seemed like this and the electrocution prop are the two bastards of 2016. This is a paper mache / paper clay pumpkin. That was my first one that I'd ever done. I've never worked with any of those materials before, at least not in this fashion, and never with paper clay. This is a fountain that we had built. Actually, I think my mom came up with this idea, skull fountain, and I think that probably came from the monster links of Halloween projects, that thing that's been around forever out there. So I redid it a little bit. I put the skeleton down at the bottom there, gave him a little coat of ultraviolet glow-in-the-dark paint, and that was it. Wasn't too bad of a project, seeing as how I didn't really do much of it. So that was a fun one. This is one of our very first props, and it's a spaceship. It's supposed to be a spaceship, and it goes with a couple of really crappy alien props that we have that are really, really old. Some of the first props that we ever made. And my sister actually came up with this idea. These are two kiddie pools that are turned on each other, then held together with a couple of screws, and I ran some lights and some reflective material around the outside there, and on top is a strobe light with a garbage can from Target, if I remember correctly. And it gives a cool, it gives the impression of like a 1950s spaceship or something.
That's really cool.
Question for Dave from Chris Wilhausen. What's your favorite prop from the stuff you got?
It's a toss-up. I as much as I hated the electrocution prop, I think it came out pretty good. So it's probably between that and the zombie groom that I made this year, which was also another animated prop. That was another shiatsu motor-based prop, but sans any of the Arduino controlling stuff, and that was what really caused me a lot of problem on the electric chair this year. But it's a toss-up between the two of those. I think the zombie groom looks better. I did a lot of I did the corpsing, I did the hands, I did the distressing of the outfit. The electrocution prop is cool because it's more techy. A lot of different things involved in that, and it looks good in the dark. So I don't know. I'd probably it's a tie. I love and hate both of them at the same time.
What are we looking at here?
This is a shot of a picnic table. It started out as a picnic table years ago, and it's kind of grown, and we incorporated it into our zombie wedding, which is really the focus of the outside haunt this year. And we're looking at what they're having for dinner, and it's a guy with some great stuffed guts and a couple of legs that are actually animated. We picked those up from a pro haunt that went out of business this year. I think it's just a store-bought prop, but he had them actually sitting out in the rain, and they were rusted, but I managed to get them working. And it's just a bunch of store-bought stuff thrown on a table. And there's actually, if you look in the middle next to the bottle that's there, I neglected to take the plastic off of the tray of guts that he was eating. So, and actually for the first 2 days of the haunt, I neglected to take the plastic off. So I don't know. Maybe he was just saving that for later. This one here we call Himajima. It's this was one of the first animated props that I did, and it's got to be maybe 10 years old now. and it's using the Douglas fir hack, which was I don't even know if anybody even knows about that anymore.
I've still got my trees.
There you go. All right, so those Douglas fir trees, those talking trees. There was a project to take those and hack them and use them to for animated Halloween props. And the thing looks like Howard the Duck. If anybody knows who that is, under that mask that looks like Howard the Duck, these big old this big old bill on it. But the eyes light up, the mouth moves, and we had actually built a custom circuit board for that one, based on I think it might have been hauntforum.com. It's so long ago I can't remember, but yeah. And the altar there was from Spencer's before they turned into Spirit.
Megan Larson wants to know, what did you like about paper clay versus mache?
Nothing. I hate both of them. They both suck, and I'm never going to use either one of them again.